This time of year is a really great time to do some planning for some gift knitting. And I was just having a little rummage in my stash to get some ideas, and I thought I would jump on and share some of my thoughts with you. I'm Helen of Curious Handmade, and here on this channel I chat about knitting, my work as a knitwear designer, and leading a happy and creative life. So in the past, I have been quite shocking at planning ahead. I've been super last minute with things, everything in my life, from organizing holidays, booking travel, planning gifts, thinking about what's coming up next, and that was seeping into my work as well. And a few years ago, I have managed to start getting a little bit more organized, a little bit more ahead with things. And yeah, it's proving to be working really well for me. It's still a little bit of a struggle for me to think very far ahead. But yeah, now I'm really appreciating whenever I do that. Future Helen thanks me for being a little bit organized. So I just thought I would share some ideas I've had for some gift knitting. And firstly, I thought what I would do is look at finishing some works in progress that I've had in my cupboard, just sitting there for quite some time. Occasionally, I've been picking them up to work on them, and I thought that would be really great because I will have some gifts and I will also have some works in progress out of my cupboard. Some of these projects were initially started with the thought that I would be gifting them, so it kind of makes sense to finish them and gift them. Do you like my new setup, by the way? I had an office reorganization and I've created this setup so that I can record at my desk. I moved my desk around off the wall, and the idea is that I can just jump on and record a podcast without so much setting up. So yeah, I don't know. I hope it works out okay, because this is working quite well, having the desk to put things on and be able to show you. So yes, hopefully it looks good on camera when I finish recording. Anyway, back to the works in progress. So the first one is a work in progress that I started back in, I think, about 2017. And it is the Cyril Socks, which is a design by Danny from Little Bobbins. And I'm embarrassed to admit that this was a test knit for Danny. And these were published in 2018, so I obviously did not do very well on my testing, but thoroughly enjoyed knitting the pattern. So far I've knit the first sock and I think I've done probably the leg of the second sock. So I've always sort of thought these would be really nice for my dad in this beautiful chestnut brown color. And yeah, I think he would quite like that. So yeah, so I think I might try and finish these for him for Christmas. And yeah, both he and my mum really love hand knitted socks. So the next work in progress I found is these Come Little Leaves socks by Alice Jeffries, and this is a adorable pattern that Alice actually gifted me, and I'm knitting it in this beautiful birch hollow fibers colorway, and the colorway is Curiosity, which is a lovely name for me. So I think, yes, these are another pair that I would like to finish. And then finally I have the Simply Curious socks, which is my own design, my own vanilla sock design. And this is knit in Amble by the Fibre Company. The colorway is Buttermere, which is a gorgeous chartreuse colorway. My friend Julia who also gifted me this gorgeous project bag many years ago. Julia suggested that chartreuse was a really good description for this particular colorway. And yes, I've just started the second sock, and I'm thinking that these would be nice for my mum. So those are my 3 sock works in progress that I'd quite like to finish. Another work in progress that I found looking in my cupboard, that I found in this gorgeous tweed bag by Julia of Woolen Flower. I bought it at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, is my Piper's Journey shawl. And this is a pattern by Paula, my dear friend, who passed away earlier this year. I started this shawl when I went on a knitting pipeline retreat in Ireland, I think 2019, early 2019, shortly before we moved to Australia. And we were knitting our Piper's Journey shawls as a knit along. And I've just been letting it sit, and I thought that would be a really lovely whip to finish. I'd really like to finish this before it languishes for too long. And yeah, so I thought that would be a lovely, simple, easy knit to work on at this time of year, and it's just a lovely little project. So I'd really like to finish that one. It's quite a special one, beautiful color, this pale blue. I just love this beautiful, soft, relaxing blue yarn. And the other idea I had of things that I would like to work on is a little bit more ambitious. And that is my Sadie Suri mouse. So I've talked about this project quite a bit on my podcast, and I had my toy Knit 20 for 2021 toy knit along that I hosted, and I managed to knit my Panda by Susan B. Anderson, but I didn't manage to start this project. How adorable is it though? Oh, she's just so stinking cute. So this is a pattern from Cynthia Designs, Cynthia Valet. She's a French designer, and she has the most adorable toy patterns. If you haven't heard of her, do check out her adorable patterns. They're just so cute, even if you don't fancy knitting toys. They're just adorable. So when I saw this kit, the yarn for the clothes is by my dear friend Helen from the Wool Kitchen, and she did this little kit of minis to knit her outfits. So yeah, I would really like to start on this one. I don't know, I feel like when I talk about things so much and don't do them on the podcast and on the videos, I feel a bit silly about that. But I have wound the yarn. This is the yarn for the body. So I feel like I will just need a little bit of time set aside to sit, read the instructions, just take my time to work through things. And I have not been getting that time this year. So I think I will try and finish the socks, and then hopefully maybe towards the end of the year have a little bit more time to think about working on this. We'll see. I also pulled out a non-knitting project that I have, which is an embroidery by Bryn & Co. And she's a local to me here on the Sunshine Coast designer. She makes embroidery kits and patterns, and I recently finished her Grow embroidery kit. It's very similar to this one, but with the word grow instead of love. and I thought if I fancied a little bit of a change from knitting, I could work on this project. So that's a few ideas that I've pulled out for myself. I don't think there's anything too ambitious there, although Sadie, Suri and the embroidery will probably take a bit of time, but I think I can get the socks done in time for Christmas, which would be really great. So to help with my planning, and if you fancy doing some planning as well, I just wanted to share with you that we've created this planner, holiday knitting planner. And we'll be sending that out to people subscribed to my newsletter. And it just has some fun little ideas for planning your holiday knitting and some things to think about. So that, yeah, there's just lots of lovely inspiration and a little table to fill in if you want to just have a think about the people you'd like to gift knit for and what you might like to make for them. So I'll put a link to where you can sign up to my newsletter in the description below, and we'll be sending those out soon. So make sure you're signed up to my newsletter to get a copy of that little download. Also, let me know in the comments what you think about my new studio.